लगाएंगे
मुंबई इंडियंस
जान लगाएंगे
मुंबई इंडियंस जलवा दिखा देंगे हम मुंबई इंडियंस
लोहा जला देंगे पानी जला देंगे
दुनिया हिला देंगे हम दुनिया हिला देंगे हम दुनिया हिला देंगे मुंबई इंडियंस दुनिया हिला देंगे हम अब दुनिया हिला दे हम दुनिया हिला देंगे हम दुनिया हिला दे हम मुंबई इंडियंस.
Literally at one point in the game, this was almost on my leg. I was like, I am going in next. He was gearing up here with his gloves. Bro, not a bad fight. 155.
Considering 23 for 3 in 2.3 overs,
Yeah.
I think it was a great fight back in terms of 155 tak पहुंचे. But still, somewhere I feel Dhoni got the better of Pollard. यार. उसने challenge किया and Pollard took it as a challenge. It should have been just a little bit smart play. क्योंकि जो situation में हम लोग, it's really
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So and it was मैं actually 2010 फाइनल की बात कर रहे थे हम लोग
Yeah.
कि जहाँ पर वो जो field set रखा था. I just spoke about it. कि literally उधर ही रखा है. Just don't play that shot. उसी ball पे he went for that shot which was unnecessary.
Right there, yeah.
It's like he knew. It's not like Pollard is very smart. उसको पता है.
Yeah.
But he took it as a challenge, and even the commentator said he played with his ego or attitude.
Psyche.
Like,
Yeah, man. But if you've got that kind of power and you can hit the ball out of the park on any, like literally any part of the ground, why would you pick the one spot where you've seen the
I
coolest,
know.
calmest captain in the
Yeah.
world, who's not captaining CSK right now?
It's actually they tempted him. Basically, जो रोहित शर्मा के साथ टेस्ट सीरीज में कर रहे थे, purposely bowling the short ball, purposely keeping the field over there ताकि वो pull shot मारे, जो थोड़ा सा एक पॉइंट में है ताकि वो इतना कंफर्टेबली ना मारे.
Correct. But
Same
on
thing.
any other day, it could have gone past that boundary rope.
Yeah,
so
but-
you know you can see it that way also. Unfortunately, today that did not happen. But
हाँ, fair
That's
You're
enough.
absolutely right. Look,
Yeah,
I think
fair
a
enough.
player like Pollard would back himself up to clear any part of the boundary.
Yes,
and I completely
absolutely
agree
right.
with you. You were telling me something interesting about taking catches the
Correct.
Aussie way.
correct. In fact, we all saw this, and I'm sure even Paltan saw this. You know, they CSK dropped 6 to 7 catches
Yeah.
in the outfield,
Yeah.
and I still do not understand. Year after year, we see Indian players catching the ball like this, the Aussie way.
Yeah.
You know, it's very simple. As young kids, you're taught to catch the ball this way, and I'll explain the phenomena to you. Because when the ball hits your palm, it's the hard surface.
Bounces.
So basically, when that happens, it's less damage which comes, so the ball does not slip through your hands. Today, Shivam Dube, it hit his fingers and it bounced off it.
Yeah.
So that is something which I think everyone have to rectify in that area. Let's stick to what we know best and
Yeah.
catch
So
it
again,
the Indian
Dubey is a
way.
young player, right? So I'm guessing he could have probably started off by catching. You're talking about our generation of players who we grew up watching used to catch like this. I think now they're taught to catch what they're more
But
comfortable
still,
with.
traditionally, you catch it this way.
I don't know. Ask in Aussie, I think they'll beg to differ. But again, I think we'll have to just agree to
Correct.
disagree because a lot of Aussies are going to say no.
Yes.
On that note, Kunal, take us through the batting lineup because
Yeah.
it's a fight, man. The fight
Yeah,
is on.
It was a good fight, really commendable effort. 23 for 3 and even I think 40 for 4. And वहाँ से जाकर 155. Honestly,
2 for 2 was a half-time
Yeah.
score in Arsenal Chelsea
Absolutely.
yesterday.
it was a football score. But let's have a look at the scorecard. मेरे हिसाब से it was a good fight. 155 is actually not that good a score considering T20 format and the kind of form that Uthappa and Dube have been in. And very smart move. Dube को over ही नहीं दिया. Very brilliant move.
The last push, exactly what we needed.
Yeah. And Unadkat batting, dude. Like, what's your reaction
I'm a
to that?
fan. Next level. At one point, I'm not gonna lie, I had given up a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, you know, just tears falling down and all of that. But the save, I think we are still, you know, at a pretty good space.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yes.
And we have to also consider that CSK के batsmen are not in the top form.
Correct.
उस हिसाब से, like, it's an even battle.
Yeah.
Like, our bowlers and their batsmen, both not in the best form. And उस हिसाब से we can expect. Who are you expecting to pick the most number of wickets? Riley, please say yes. I just hope power play में wickets पड़े.
I don't know. I just have this ki bas Bumrah.
We all do, trust me.
Correct. But
All
on,
of us.
on
Yeah.
that note, there's a beautiful comment from Ruchita Jain on Twitter.
Yeah.
She says, I still believe in my team, Mumbai Indians.
Nice.
M, majestic. U, unbelievable. M, marvelous. B, bold. A, amazing. I, inspiration. For Indian, she goes as I, idol. N, natural. D, daring. I, impressive. A, acting. N, never give up. And S, super player.
Thank God
Nice.
she's not a rising Pune Super Giants fan because this show would have gone on till day after tomorrow. But that's so sweet. Thank you. What's the name again?
Her name is Ruchita Jain.
Rujita Jain, that's adorable. Thank you so much. And I can't thank you guys enough for just having our teams
Yeah.
back, man. I say this every pre, mid, and post show, but I can't say enough of it. It's one bad season, guys, and trust me, you have to be really patient to be an RCB fan because they know the true art of patience.
Yeah.
We've been this one bad season, so just
Yeah.
I'm not writing it off yet. We have a game on first of all,
Yes.
Yeah.
and man, Tilak, such a good mature innings.
Totally. Let's have a look at the scorecard as well. I think the way Tilak batted was brilliant.
Yeah,
And like you can just have a look at the batting card. Tilak Verma 51 not out. You can imagine 150 मारे उसमें से 1/3 is scored by Tilak himself. Surya scoring 32. Ritik Shah he batted confidently, but after a point he just got carried away. He got carried away. Unadkat scoring 19. Very crucial runs.
Unadkat, guys. Can we all take a moment to
Hats off
applaud
him.
the
Truly,
Lord?
Truly, truly.
And
was
like,
so good.
Like the first 2 wickets was so shocking. I think Mukesh Chaudhary ने काफी अच्छा swing किया, काफी अच्छा utilize किया जो था.
Yeah.
But we expect better from Rohit and Ishan as well, right? Perin?
I think it was also a little funny that all the predictions that we had made just like drained
छह
away
ball
in the
में खत्म.
first over.
Yeah. Anyway, let's do one thing. Let's call the fans on and have a word with them because उनके reactions would be something amazing.
I hope so.
Prasanna and Indushan. Hello. Indushan, you're from Sri Lanka. You're supporting Mumbai Indians. What's the reason behind it? Starting with that.
Jai Surya.
Actually, I'm a Sri Lankan.
And yes, we've got our
Please
first
unmute yourself.
speciality of the
First one.
mic.
Indushan, please unmute yourself.
Sorry, I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I'm a Sri Lankan Paladin ever since the IPL started. From that day, Sanath Jayasuriya and Sachin Tendulkar batted, and then we had Lasith Malinga being the team.
Yeah.
So I'm a Sri Lankan Paladin for a long time. I'm supporting my team, but I have my superstitions, so I keep my national flag
Wow.
because I badly want this match to turn in our way. And I kept the last season jersey as an exhibit now. Once they start
Well
winning
done.
only, I'll start wearing that.
And I see you've got a Mumbai Indians t-shirt on as well. So fantastic stuff. Whereabouts in Sri Lanka are you joining us from?
I'm actually from Colombo, and I just have to just to make one point. And we are at the moment Sri Lanka is going through a lot of struggle.
Yeah.
Right.
And we are so extremely thankful to India and the people of India and government for India for all your helps and the way that you have been helping us at this moment. It's like unbelievable.
I think we're trying to say thank you for all the amazing players you've given us for MI, man. From starting all the way from Sanath Jayasuriya, and we really do
Of course,
wish and pray
of course.
that you come out of these tough times soon and just continue smiling the way you do. Prasanna,
Thank you.
what were your thoughts on the first innings? I mean, very topsy-turvy. Started off as a definite Chennai favourite kind of game, and then Tilak clawed his way back in.
Yeah, we bowled well at the start, and then we kind of allowed Mumbai to come back into the game. Our players couldn't catch a cold to save their lives, and that's the thing. I mean, the top 4 scorers, all 4 of them were dropped at least once. Tilak was dropped once of Mukesh Chaudhary. Surya Kumar Yadav had a missed stumping. Ritwik was dropped, and even Jaydev Unadkat was dropped.
Yeah.
So so many drop catches in the game. I don't think you can afford to do that at this level. But still, 155, a bit happy with it. We could have restricted them to maybe 130, 140. But I expect that if we come out at least out of the power play unscathed, probably even like 35, 40 for no loss, I think we think the game is in our hands.
Prasanna, you don't look happy. Is that because you don't trust your batting order and unka form right now? Because 155 is not that big a score, right?
Yeah, it is. But as I said earlier, we should have chopped the runs a bit. We could have got them much earlier. That's the thing. Even 155 is still not a big score per se. I think if 1 or 2 people had stayed, you would have gone to really 170 or 180. I think that would have been a very good score to chase. But we have to get at least past the power play unscathed. At least at power play, if we say even if we are 35 for no loss or 40 for 1, I think the game is still on, and we should not lose early wickets like how the Mumbai Indians did, because you can't play catch up every single time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Prasanna, but on that note, what did you think at that time when they had us in the bag at 2 for 2, and then wickets started going one after the other? What did you think that what would be the ideal score they would just restrict them to?
I was thinking maybe 120, 130, because at that point you just go for the kill. You don't just hold back, you just go for it. You've started well, just go for it. It kind of reminded me of last season and the restarted game in UAE when Mumbai had us in the same situation. Mumbai didn't go for it. They allowed us to come back, and then we scored 156, and we got them 20 runs short. So I think we did bowl well. It was just that some of the fielding efforts that let us down. As I said earlier, they even scored a graphic before.
Yes.
I think we had 10 catches dropped this season, which is unheard of. Seeing the fielders we have had before, we have had Faf, we've had Jadeja, Makalam, Bravo, every one of them, they're
Jadeja
fantastic.
dropped 2, man, which is unheard of.
fielders.
Jaddu dropping 2, I mean, arguably the best fielder on the planet.
Exactly.
Yeah, something you don't see every day. Definitely, I think Binaisha had an idea about the Super Soppers last time. And in this, I'm going to come to you, mate. Very mature innings from Tilak Verma. I remember Kunal telling me during the halftime, during the first innings, that this should have been Surya Kumar's role, just anchoring the innings. Maybe too brash a shot to get out. But again, I love the fact that Tilak Verma played such a crucial, vital innings, showed a lot of maturity, and then just didn't kiss the badge on his chest, but then the one on his helmet as well. Do you think another MI legend in the making in the sun?
Definitely, he's another MI legend making, because ever since I saw him very first time, I thought we found the perfect replacement for Hardik Pandya, but he's actually the left-hander version. But
Right.
this maturity, but it's something not expected from him, because he's just 19-year-old, right? Because but he showed a lot of character, so that's unbelievable, and he's definitely going to be the future of MI.
Yeah. Also, in this sense, if we think about it from this point of view, कि 155 हुआ without Rohit and Ishan firing. Just imagine if these two, उनमें से एक भी contribute करने लगे, they'd find their touch, regain their form. Just imagine you can totally go past the 200 mark, 180, 200 mark as well. So it's really high time.
We are capable of that, and so many people speak that as if Mumbai didn't do much in the auction. We actually have a solid core, but only thing is we are not. They are not firing all together. One person does it one day, the other person does it one day. But remember the Hitman's the famous interview, defending the lowest total at any given day. That's something he loves it. We love too. So hopefully, we can see, we can get our account. We can open the account today in the El Clasico.
Yeah, in the sun, you got Prasanna thing. I saw his eyes roll up twice when you were talking, which means if we are getting into their heads, I'm sure Rohit has a couple of tricks up his sleeve. Prasanna, I'm going to come to you, mate. Again, this is the first time in the history of both our teams that we're battling almost for relegation. Man, it does not take away from the fact that these are still the two most successful teams in the history of this club competition. If you had to pick one player today from the second innings who you are looking at, because you guys are missing Deepak Chahar, of course, who didn't play, but if you had to pick, one batsman now, who's your pick?
Gaikwad, all day long. He scored well in the last game, and he has to stay at least till 8-10 overs, because he always has starting problems. And if he can get past that power play of fast bowlers, then he counters the spin well. So if he can get past that initial power play without being scared much, then I think he has a good chance of getting a high score and taking us over the line.
Right, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Players are on the field. I'll leave you to live action. We are going to go watch the game as well. I'm sure you are too. We'll see you post the game, hopefully with a smile and maybe with a plan to go to social. Yeah, Kunal, do it. Give us the
Ganpati Bappa Moria. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Ganpati Bappa Moria. समीक्षा ने वहां से दिखाया मुझे कि चैट पढ़